What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Patrick here, and in this video we're going to do another example dealing with quartiles. So the last 9 customers were sampled at an Apple store and their respective purchase amounts are given below. So notice we have 9 purchase amounts here and we have to create a Box-Whisker plot for the data. So first thing we got to do is we got to take this data and arrange it from smallest to largest because we need to get the quartiles. We got to get the smallest value, the largest value in order to create that Box-Whisker plot. So starting with the lowest value, we'll have 36. The next value would be 84. And then we'll have 128. And then 151. Then the next value would be 287, 650, 912, and then 1,283, and then 1,468. Right, so for 9 observations. So notice how there are 9 observations, so it's an odd number of observations. So the median is going to be the middle single number. There's going to be one number because it's an odd number of observations. So it's going to be n plus 1 divided by 2. So 9 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 5. So it's going to be the 5th observation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 287 right there. That is going to be the second quartile. And then notice that the first half of the data has 4 observations and then the second half has 4. And so we're dealing with even halves. And so we know that because there's an even number of observations in this group that we're looking at, when we find the median, we're going to have to find the average of the middle 2 numbers. The middle 2 numbers is 84 and 128. So if we do 84 plus 128 and divide that by 2, we would end up getting 106. And so that first quartile, which is the median of that first half of the data, is going to be 106. Now to find the third quartile, we got to take the median of this second half of the data. And notice that it's going to be the average between these 2 numbers here. So we would take 912 plus 1,283, divide that by 2, and we would end up getting 1,097.5. So the third quartile, which is the median of the second half of the data, is going to be 1,097.5. And notice how we also have the smallest value in the data, which is 36, and the largest, 1,468. We need those as well for the Box-Whisker plot. Now, if we wanted to find the interquartile range, it would be what? It'd be that third quartile, 1,097.5, minus that first quartile, 106. And that would end up being 991.5. That would be the interquartile range for this data. So if we make the Box-Whisker plot now, we have to have a scale. So I'll go up by, let's go up by 200. So we'll start at 0. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. So we'll have 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and then 1,600. Right? So this is the dollar amount of the purchases. And now all we have to do is we have to take these 5 figures and plot them on the scale. So first 36 would be over here. And then we'll have 287, which would be around there, let's say. Then we'll have 1097.5, or no, sorry. What did I miss? Oh yeah, I missed the first quartile, 106, which would be somewhere around there. Right, so that's where the first quartile is, the second quartile, 287, and then we have the third quartile, 1097.5, which would be like all the way out here, and then we would have that largest amount, 1468, that would be like out here. So creating a Box-Whisker plot for this, remember we put lines through that first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and then we're going to have a whisker out to that largest value, and then we're going to have a whisker out here to that smallest value. So not the best drawing. I could have maybe even went up by hundreds as well, decided to go up by 200s, but nevertheless, that is how the Box-Whisker plot would look like for this data here. And if we were to take that Box-Whisker plot and make a vertical representation of it, this is how it would look. And notice how I went up by hundreds this time for the scale. And this was just for one store. So perhaps they'd be sampling other stores as well. And so you can have multiple box perhaps here for different stores to see what those customer purchases are looking like. And instead of doing maybe sampling 9 people, you could start sampling more to get more and more accurate data.